It is one time that I'm gonna say this. This is not, you're not too late. Invest in crypto right now. Tonight if you can. Like, do that shit tonight. You're gonna get a return from it. You know, Bitcoin is a good one, Ethereum. What's the other one you said? Ripple. Invest in that shit. I'm telling y'all right now, this is a quick flip. Do it tonight. It's about to go up. You know, I think it's about to go up. It's not like I got no insider information. I think it's about to go up.
It's your boy Crypto Millie back with another one. Salute to everybody that was extremely patient with me. In fact, I was supposed to be coming back tomorrow, which is Tuesday, but I figured I'd give the community an update on cryptocurrency. If you like these type of videos, make sure that you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and keep your favorite crypto and door-to-door entrepreneur inside the algorithms. Now, a lot of people have been asking, right? I know you seen the video in the beginning of Big Sean talking about crypto, but when we take a look at if retail is actually here, you can see we are at one of the lowest points that we've been in a while. It does seem like every time we get retail here, it's kind of like a quick pump and dump type of situation. So the question has been, is September going to be a bullish or bearish month? Historically, based on Bitcoin, right? Historically, September has been a bearish month, but last September was actually bullish when a lot of people thought it was going to be bearish. A lot of people thought October was going to be really, really bullish, and it started off bearish in the start of October last year. So you just never know what the market wants to, proceed with. And that's why the best, they say sometimes the best thing to do is absolutely nothing and kind of draw from the data that the market is giving. So we're going to be talking about that. Engage with the video, guys. Let me know if you believe if September is going to be bearish or bullish. Would love to know everybody's opinion inside the comments. Now, taking a look at what we are expecting this week, of course, the key driver will be the Fed watch. Right now, it's a 90% chance of a September rate cut. And a lot of people think that we can get a 50 BPS. Maybe it's 2 rate cuts. However, there are $7 trillion on the sidelines, right? That could be flowing into the market. It's important that we'll be able to watch some of the POIs of this week, like the job data, global PMI, US NFP, and initial job claims. All of that is going to affect the market, including, the follow through sentiment of NVIDIA and its earnings. So I would also pay attention to what's going on in the AI sector as artificial intelligence has surprisingly cooled off. Even though NVIDIA earnings were pretty good, the stock still dropped. So there is opportunity here. And as I said in the beginning of the video, September historically has been the weakest month for not just Bitcoin but risk assets. Weakest month for S&P 500 since 1928. Some of the risk factors here are near record hedge fund leverage. We know we are at all-time debt. A lot of people are still complaining about inflation. In fact, I was talking to somebody in the real world, right? And they was like, I make the same amount of money that I was making a few years ago, but it just felt like I had more money. And I was explaining to them how the economy is a little bit different. We've been going through contraction in quantitative tightening. So even though you make the same amount of money, everything has been going up as far as expenses. So it probably feels like you're not making as much money as you would normally make. So a lot of the economy is crying. You're seeing the news where they're just crying for Powell to do something to cut these rates, whether you agree or not. I would, to my belief, when I talk to people in the real world, it's like they really, really feel like things are still tight. So it's hard to see a world where we get an altcoin season within this contracted liquidity, even though the global M2 is continuing to rise, right? My strategy here is expect choppiness and have 20 to 30% on stables to be prepared for some opportunity inside cryptocurrency. I think there will be some type of opportunity there. Again, you can use this as a month to really, really do your research and kind of like stack up on altcoins if you truly believe that October and November, December, basically Q4 is going to be bullish, right? This could be the month where we get a lot of opportunity to really, really DCA, fill our bags. And I know a lot of people are like suffering from fatigue from DCA. I get it. Like me being away from crypto those few days, even though it felt like I was missing something, it actually felt good to be away from the market and all the toxicity, and just spending time with the fam and things of that sort. So if you feel like the market is stressing you out, don't be afraid to just, disconnect for a few days, maybe go touch grass and do whatever. You know the saying. But I think it was really, really good for me. I'm not really too much tripping that this could possibly be the end. When I look at the charts, the only chart that is concerning to me is the Bitcoin chart. If I can show you guys what I'm talking about, the Bitcoin chart here has crossed over that ultimate RSI. So like usually when it crosses over the ultimate RSI in a bearish trend, there is a 30% correction in the bull market, which could slay us somewhere between 86,000. So my thing is, if September is going to be bearish, right? It's a good chance that we get the 30% dip, right? Doesn't mean that the bull market is over. This could be the dip that actually sends us way higher because everybody on the sidelines will be preparing for this opportunity. I don't want to see us go too low because then we would invalidate this in inverted head and shoulders, right? We kind of like want to stay at this moving average here with the 21-day EMA, but it is kind of odd that we did have the bearish cross on the ultimate RSI. So Bitcoin is a little bit concerning. The total three, the altcoins, ETH, they're still well above the ultimate RSI, so not something that I would be too concerned of. But if Bitcoin bleeds out or starts to dump, altcoins could really start hurting. The hopium here is that the stock RSI here is going for a reset, which is bullish. And if we can, if the buyers can come in and buy up Bitcoin in its oversold state, this is what we need for BTC to head anywhere between 130 and 150,000, which could bring more liquidity in the market, and we could possibly see that liquidity rotation from Bitcoin into our favorite altcoin. So it all comes down to if you truly believe the Q4 is going to be bullish. If so, then September could optimally be a great month to actually add to your bag, especially if you felt like you bought to the top or you want to DCA some good projects, some really good projects out there, right? I'm seeing a lot more updates from Jasmy. ZBCN is still looking strong, but has an opportunity there. Tau, it's just so many developers and builders coming to Tau. Ayuki is one of my top robotics plays. So last week I did DCA. I haven't started any DCA yet this week, but I am looking for September to show me a sign that it's going to be sort of like a choppy month. If so, I will be using this month to DCA into my top plays, whether that be AI, robotics, RWA, even meme coins, right? So, and there's a lot of stuff going on. Trump just dropped another token, WLFI, and even though we're not getting the metrics that says retail here, we're getting a lot of activity on chain from retail, from social media, from these creator coins. So in a way, you could say that retail is catching on to crypto tokens on chain. We also had huge news from crowingcrypto.com. I'm linking up and connected with Trump's Medium group. So that's another triggering catalyst that could bring more adoption into cryptocurrency. But again, your perspective is your reality, right? It all depends on where you actually entered this market and your overall sentiment of the market. And don't be afraid. Share your sentiment of the market inside the comments of this video. Anyway, that's all I got for you guys. We'll continue to monitor these POIs and this playbook. If you want to know more about this playbook, I did drop my thesis in the Patreon for everybody to see. So it doesn't, it's not limited to any tier. And I will continue to update you guys on the catalyst and the ultimate RSI. But for now, my thesis is still bullish. I'm still bullish. I'm not, getting into this area of, oh, the bear market is coming. I still believe that Q4 is going to be bullish. But do you? Let me know inside the comments. It's your boy Crypto Millie. I'll see you in the next one.